So it's pretty bright in here. I don't think we're gonna have an issue seeing anything. So that guy right there is a filter, 2 filters on the back, filter on that side, door here, a little window door thing that can come down there. That's like a little paint mixing room, which I'll just do mine in the shop. And there's actually like a decent draft in here, which is fairly surprising. So yeah, I'm gonna set everything up that we want to get sprayed out. We can mix up some sealer and get to spraying. All right, I know it's pretty dang loud in here, but this is what we ended up with. So it's fairly full. I'm not gonna do any bumpers or front fenders like I was planning. You can easily do those with 4 doors and the hatch. So we have all of the wide body panels, side skirts, some stuff over there on the table. We got 2 ladders here with a bunch of parts hanging. We are ready to go through, wipe everything down with some wax and grease remover. We have to let that at least evaporate for, I think it says 15 minutes or something. We also need to mix up the sealer. Our sealer of choice, being that I already have it here, is going to be some epoxy primer, but you just reduce it more so it lays down flatter. I need to call a paint shop and figure out exactly how much to reduce it. I think it's an extra 10%. MP170 is what we're gonna be spraying, epoxy primer, and it's gray. Do I dare tell you guys the color that we're doing? I'm gonna start spraying the color out first, the actual color, and then, yeah, that's what we're gonna do. I'm not gonna tell you what it is. I'll tell you after the exact color. All right, guys, we got paint mixed up. Paint is in the gun. We're gonna be using this Harbor Freight Special for the sealer. I did pick up a new gun, which I'm really excited to use. So we'll be using that obviously for the base and clear. We have a WRX fender chilling here. I'm gonna go ahead, spray some of the sealer on there, make sure we're all good to go, get the gun set up properly, and then we can hose everything else out, 1 coat. The only reason we're doing sealer is to have the same base for the actual color to lay down on, so every part looks the same underneath our color. So let's go ahead and spray some things out. So we just sprayed down the sealer. Everything laid down really, really nice. I thinned it by, I think it was like 30%, and it all sprayed out pretty nice. I did have to run inside and mix up some more because I didn't mix up enough. And the second time I mixed it I thinned it out a little too much, I think. So the first thing I sprayed was the mirror cap, and it started running on the mirror cap, but it like ran off the mirror cap, which I guess works because there's not a run on the cap anymore. Booth though, overall, pretty sick. It definitely stays a little bit too cloudy in there for my liking. I think I'm using everything right. So there's two vents on each side and then 2 on this back door. And I have all those opened up, but it still stays fairly like cloudy and smoky in this thing. And that was just with sealer. I know clear is gonna be way worse. You can see it coming out of the vent just a little bit, or I guess the filter you'd say. So I think it's working properly. I'm just wondering if somehow we could add an additional fan somewhere to this thing. Maybe just blowing around inside. What's up, Bobby? And maybe that would help with the cloudiness. You like my tent?
I think it's so cool.
You're getting literal epoxy primer right into your lungs right now.
Oh.
All right, here's a new gun that we picked up. This is a DeVilbiss, I think it's called the Tecna Pro Light, and it has interchangeable tips, 1.0, 1.2, 1.3, I think. We have a 1.3 in here right now, 3MP PS, a little cup system, which should be really, really nice. And you can see we got a color in there. I'm gonna go run into the booth real quick, hit everything with the tack rag, and get to spraying. All right, we just finished up spraying everything out. It's all done. We were fighting light. When I initially set the booth up outside, I didn't think that it was gonna take this long to spray. And I was thinking that we're gonna be fighting temperature, but it actually stays really, really, really warm inside the booth. But as you can see, it started getting a little bit dark outside. I'm gonna go ahead, let this booth clear out a little bit, which if you have it set up right, it works pretty good. The one thing I had wrong, I'll show you guys real quick in case you want to buy this booth. You need to have this door closed at all times for it to blow air inside. So this one right here is blowing air inside. That kind of gets the dust out of there. And then this guy here is us holding the actual booth itself up. So make sure you have that door closed. There's little flaps on, or covers on the filter. You gotta pull these little covers off the filters, and then she works amazing. I got done spraying maybe 5-10 minutes ago. It's already pretty cleared out in there, so this thing works so freaking good. And I haven't even said the color yet. We decided to go with Aspen White, which I am super, super excited for. It was a tough decision. It's like Aspen White, it was the 040 Toyota White, and then it was the Satin White Pearl, which is also a Subaru color. The reason I didn't do the Satin White Pearl is because this is my first complete respray ever. So yeah, we ended up with Aspen White. I'm so freaking stoked to see this car 100% done. Obviously we have probably 2 days left of painting. So today we got all the wide body stuff done. Tomorrow we need to get the doors, fenders, bumpers, and hatch done. I'm gonna go grab some stands, some door stands from Bob, which is Bobby's dad. So I'm gonna grab those tomorrow morning, and then hopefully tomorrow we can get some more panels sprayed out. And the third and final day is gonna be the tough day, which is gonna be the chassis of the car. So yeah, I'm gonna let this booth clear out a little bit, and then we can jump in there and see how everything turned out. I'm really excited. Oh yeah, by the way, this gun is badass. Coming from spraying with a Harbor Freight gun, this Tecna, I think I had the 1.3 tip on there, and I'm used to spraying with a 1.7 base and clear, and then just choking it way down. Night and day difference spraying with this gun. You can actually like control. It seems like you can control how much material is going on the panels much better. The spray, fan, everything just so much better about it. And then that digital pressure gauge as well. She's titties. I love that thing. So far, everything about today went really smooth. Yeah, let's go head inside and see how these parts turned out. That's the most important thing. All right, it's been a little bit. I hope the parts are tack-free. Guess we'll see. Let's head in this guy and see how they turned out. I need to get these parts from the shop ASAP. It's getting a little chilly outside. Holy poop. That shit is glass. We got a little something going on down there. It's covered anyway by the vent, but oh yes. Definitely still tacky. These things turned out sick. That is such a nice white. I'm impressed. For spraying with a flashlight in hand so we can see. So far everything looks pretty damn good. All right, I'm gonna let these parts sit in there. I'm gonna close it up. Hopefully no freaking bugs get in there. I'm gonna let them sit in there for another couple hours. I'm gonna go to the gym, come back, and then we're gonna move everything in the shop, and I'm gonna turn the shop into like a little oven. I'll probably turn it up to like 85, 90 degrees to just leave all the parts in here overnight, and then tomorrow morning they're gonna be good to go and we can move on to the next parts. So well worth the investment on the booth, well worth the investment on the gun, well worth the investment getting knowledge from everybody, because so far everything looks sick. All right, boys, we got all of the parts in the shop. These things turned out so freaking nice. Such a beautiful color as well. Now, of course, everything can't go perfect. I'm not super stoked on the wing. This thing was set up really, really awkward, and honestly, I should have made it better. That end was pretty much touching the ground, so whenever I was trying to spray that end out, I'd have to lift it up from the backside. It was just super awkward in general, so a little bit more orange peel on this guy than I would hope for and want. I'm really trying to not do any orange peel correction on this whole entire spray, which I don't know if that's gonna be possible or not. I'll check this out more tomorrow and see if we wanna give her a light scuff and shoot some more clear on it. It would be super easy to do. Thought I had some dirt in the paint. Overall, I'm really, really excited with how everything turned out. Definitely, by far, the best paint job I've ever done in my life. And I've only done a few, and I'm not saying it's perfect. There's definitely some dirt here and there that we're gonna have to nib out. It's just the nature of the game. But overall, orange peel wise, parts look amazing. There's not a single run that I've seen so far. Granted, I haven't really inspected them closely, and the color is so freaking beautiful. I wish I could just throw this card together right now, have it 100% complete tonight, but of course we have a couple hours left of work to get done. Drop a comment in the comment section below. Let me know what you guys think of the color. Once again, it's Aspen White. I think the color code is 51E. All of the bullshit dealing with pinholes, dealing with the kit, dealing with everything, it was all worth it in the end. Really excited. Peace out, my friends. I'll see you boys tomorrow when we paint out some more stuff.